Today I'd like to talk about saddle fit for the English horse. Saddle fit is very near and dear to my heart because I've understood the importance of it and the importance of correct saddle fit as well as correct saddle placing to make sure that your horse is just as comfortable as they can be. What I've discovered through the years is if they're not comfortable and in pain, they're going to make darn sure you're not comfortable and sometimes in pain. So it's very, very important. And I've got a couple of English saddles here. This is Jet. He's a very nice, tall, thoroughbred-looking horse. The biggest thing that I hear people say, well, my horse is a thoroughbred, or this horse is more thoroughbred-looking. They can take a narrower tree. Well, these horses are usually bigger and broader, and that can be deceptive. So I want to show you how to make sure that your saddle fits your horse, no matter what breed or shape your horse is. I'm going to put this saddle here on. It's kind of a close fit. It's not horrible, but it still is not as good of a fit as it needs to be for this horse. First of all, saddle placement. Most people, English riders or Western riders, it doesn't matter what kind of rider you are, most people place the saddle too far up on the horse. So what you're doing is you're placing the saddle right there over the shoulder blades where the horse most needs the freedom of movement. If you watch your eventers, your world champions, people really high up in their disciplines, you will find that all of their saddles are placed right back here. You just kind of let it sit, you kind of let it rock. They can't see, Jet, I'm talking to the camera. Let it rock back in place where it looks like it wants to fit, where it looks like it wants to sit. And you want to place your fingers right down here. You can see that this is not flush. It's really kind of difficult when I get to this area. So that's going to create pressure on this horse, pressure points right here. And that's where normally you'll see the pressure points. The other thing is you need to make sure it's wide enough up here where it has no chance of resting down on the wither. Okay? This other saddle here. Just let it rock into place. And this one, pull his head back around. This one sits nice and flush right there where it's supposed to sit. I'm going to add a pad to it. And you'll get to see the true fit here. Stuck over there. But it's getting hung up on. There we go. Just look around. There it is. Okay. Alright. Okay. Pull this up here. Kind of rock it into place. And this one feels really, Jet. This one feels really good. Really good. Lots of room there. Lots of room. Another thing you want to look for in your English saddles is rock. Make sure your saddle isn't rocking forward. That's going to place all your weight forward and create pressure points. So there's a lot. This is not a thorough training in saddle fit, but it's basic. Some basic things you can look for. And this right here is the most important thing that I can teach you, is to make sure that the gullet width is wide enough for your horse. This is actually a wide gullet, which most people would argue with me that it's not appropriate for a thoroughbred. Well, it depends on the horse. It depends on the shape of their back. So some of our saddles now come with adjustable gullets, which is great because some horses fluctuate a great deal in winter versus summer when the grass is lush. So, or in and out of work, whether they're in work and they muscle up or they're out of work and that they're atrophied a little bit in their back muscles. This is a half pad with impact gel inserts. And the English discipline is coming a long way towards therapeutic pads. I highly recommend them for jumping, for trail riding, because if you think about it, all of your weight is in this tiny little area here on their back. So if you're jumping, obviously that would make a difference. If you're trail riding, long hours in the saddle, long hours with all this motion, it's going to eventually, especially if there's any imperfections in your saddle, create some pain somewhere in your horse's back. So I would recommend using a therapeutic pad or half pad with inserts if you're going to do a lot of trail riding with your horse. We use it exclusively every time we work our horses, and nobody's ever got a sore back. If horses are experiencing pain anywhere on their body, especially on their back, you can get in a lot of trouble in a hurry. That would cause a horse that normally would never buck to buck and buck you right off, or a horse that never spooks to spook because all they're concentrating on is this pain, and all of a sudden a ghost jumps out, out of the corner of their eye. So if your horse is spooking when they normally don't spook, or acting up under saddle when they normally don't, there's pain probably. That's what you want to just rule out, is pain somewhere in their body. So I hope you've learned something. Thank you for watching.